Welcome back, Rich Nation. My name is AJ, and today we are finishing season 4 of Classroom of the Elite. It is episode 16. It's kind of crazy because I started this series near the beginning of the year from the very beginning, had never seen it, and we got to go straight into season 4 from season 1 all the way to season 4, and now we're finally finished, but it feels like it's been about 6 months of watching this. So it's kind of crazy that everything's very fresh in my brain. Coming to this conclusion. Also, I got a message. You guys told me that season 5 has been announced. That's amazing. I'm very happy to hear that. And if there's a trailer, I'll definitely react to it if there's a long enough trailer. But I hope you guys stay subscribed, or if you haven't subscribed to this channel, definitely do that. We're going to be doing a lot of series going into the summer here. I'm also taking suggestions, so feel free to let me know in the comments. Check out the Patreon for the full reactions and exclusive shows, and let's go ahead and start.
随分と強引な手段を取ることにしたんですね。理事長代理。
いやはやどうにもうまくいかないことばかりでしてね。
Finally, a confrontation.
商品である君を傷つけたくはありません。できれば素直に来ていただきたいのですが。
俺はこの学校でやるべきこと、やりたいことがやっと見えてきたんです。
君はホワイトルームの中でも特別な成功例。
卒業まで十分に楽しめると思っています。仕
方ありませんね。では、この拳を持って制圧させていただきます。
I thought maybe he would send somebody else or have somebody else show up out of nowhere. Interesting. Both of them. Okay, I'm kind of hyped for this. I honestly thought they wouldn't fight themselves, or at least he wouldn't. Noon expulsion. But it was good enough.
今日の正午、I2エリアでAYANOKOJI君は退学する。
あ、やっと追いついた。
あなたがどうしてここに？
点数見せなさいよ。
一体何？
This is the worst time for this.
言ったでしょ。この試験、あんたには負けないって。いいから点数教えなさいよ。私は131点。
同じ2年生だと言っても敵同士よ。情報を開示するリスクは取りたくないわ。
私の点数聞いてビビったわけね。負けてるんでしょ。
悪いけど先を急ぐの。
Yeah, no time for this shit.
分かったわ。見て納得したら、これ以上付きまとうのはやめてちょうだい。
見つけた。
Oh boy. I was like, I know that voice.
伊吹先輩も勝手に押しかけただけじゃないんですか？はあ？
何か目的があるのかしら、天沢さん。
Maybe she's...
堀北先輩はどこに行こうとしてるの？指定エリアはこっちじゃないのに。まさか。I2じゃないよね。
いろいろとお見通しなのね。
Well, we know she does.
使っても先回りは難しいはず。だとすると。
ちょっと、いつまでダラダラ話してんのよ。
伊吹さん。145点。
はあ？マジで？最悪。
気が済んだのなら試験に戻る。
Maybe she's there to like...
逆転のチャンスは残っているわ。
そりゃそう。
I feel like she's gonna be in the way.
あんた指定エリア捨てようとしてるってどういうこと？で、どうして会いに行くんですか？
それはあなたが一番わかってるんじゃないのかしら。
どういうこと？
とぼけないで。
That smile says everything.
放り込んだ。その狙いは何？
たくさん。どこまでゲームをするのが好きなんだか。
ゲーム？私やAYANOKOJI君を巻き込んで何をするつもりなの？
それはわからないな。私も先輩と同じで参加者の一人に過ぎないみたいだから。
これ以上言葉遊びに付き合うのは時間の無駄ね。
AYANOKOJI先輩のこと何にも知らない。
I mean, yeah, there's that.
気取りはどうかなって思うよ。
なら、あなたは私よりも彼に詳しいとでも。
Well, like, we know she does, but she doesn't. Obviously, she's never heard what's inside his head. But there's always been, you know, especially somebody now from the White Room, even though it's a different class or whatever, but somebody from the White Room would at least know partly. it's kind of crazy because it's not like they were in the same class, so it wasn't like they were completely together, right? But just knowing that background and that information, I would think would give a leg up to most people that would think they know AYANOKOJI.
それで堀北先輩は何を知ってるの？
何を？
Just the stuff,
彼は綾小路君は
just the stuff she's done, you know, while they've been in school.
最初は普通の生徒だと思っていたけれど、想像よりもずっと実力があって、兄さんにも認められて。だけど、そんな自分を隠していて、静かな学校生活を送りたがっている人。そうね。確かに私
You
は
really
彼について
don't.
何も知らないかもしれない。でも、私はこれから先、卒業するまでの間、ずっと彼のことを知り続けたいと思っている。クラスメイトとして、友人として、今のあなたよりもはるかに。
役に立てると思ってる。
God damn.
堀北先輩ごときが。堀北先輩なんかに綾小路先輩が助けを求めるわけないでしょう。
少なくとも今はそうね。
先の未来では違うって？
あなたのおかげで分かったわ。実際に愛にで何かが起ころうとしているのね。
いけると思う？
そうね。いけると思ってるわ。
あくまで綾小路先輩に
Okay, this is a fight we'll get. All
ちょっとだ
right.
け遊ぼっか。
Honestly, I'm kind of happy how many we've got really in the back half of this season.
もう一度よ。
Even if some of them weren't as, you know, super serious.
柔道だと思った？考えが甘いな。
If you, yeah, being a student in the White Room, I would think you would be skilled in many different, probably martial arts. Definitely lot. Sorry, you probably have a lot of like multiple ways of like taking down your opponent. I mean, we only have AYANOKOJI to go off of, and he's supposed to be like the thing to strive for from the White Room, right? So, like even somebody in a different class, maybe not at the same level as AYANOKOJI, I would think at least learned very similar things to him, so would have that, like, I just would absolutely expect her to be. We've already seen her fight a bit, but I would think she would have many ways to fight.
自分が思ってるより優秀じゃないよ。そんなんだから綾小路先輩から何も相談されないんだよ。助けたいとか言って、本当はそんな自分がどう思われてるか知りたいんでしょ？
Man, I think of season 1, episode 12, and it makes me a little sad, honestly, for her when I think about that.
バイバイ。
Oh, shit!
なんてパンチしてんのよ。
Surprise
ナ
save.
イスキャッチだね。驚いちゃった。
あなたどうして？あんたを倒すのは私。こんな一年に負けるとこなんて。
See, I thought it was going to be those two fighting, but okay.
ちかちゃんです。名前覚えてくださいね。伊吹先輩。
She can flip so fast.
あんたは先に行ったら。
何を言ってるの？私に勝つためにこの試験を頑張ってきたんでしょ？
あんただって指定エリアしてるわけでしょ。そんなので逆転しても決めつけんな。だったら目の前で
I like that she's helping her out, though.
それなりの覚悟を見せてもらうわ。私と同じグループに入りなさい。もしどちらかが再起不能になったら離脱してグループのリタイアだけを
Oh yeah, you can do that even this late in the test.
覚悟な
It
し
is
に
part of
こ
the
の戦い
rules.
に入り込まないで。
気に入らない。
気に入らなくて結構。でも参加するのなら頼りにしたい。
マジで死ぬほど最低よね。だけどあんたが1年に退学させられたんじゃ面白くない。
It completely makes sense for them to team up like that. It's actually something I'd kind of forgotten about a little bit, in the sense of being able to, we knew you could, you know, you could create bigger groups or whatever, or groups later on. But I actually kind of forgot about that aspect, and I didn't think about like the actual time limit of it. And they're not really, I guess, being one, and you could join into the same group right at the end of the test, right? This is right near the end. I guess that you could be very strategic, and in this case, it's needed.
リタイアしても大丈夫ってことは、 一人は壊しちゃってもいいってことだから、どっちから壊しちゃおうかな。
上等じゃない。左へ命令すんな。
Now they can fight and not be as worried, unless they both get fucked up. Oh shit!
はい、一旦ストップ。
2v1.
この1年
まったくね。
はい、仕切り直しね。
どうして一気に制圧しないの？差は歴然なのに。まさか
舐めてるってんなら思い知らせて。
仲間になったからには指示に従ってもらうわ。
はあ、まっぴらごめんよ。
勉強もできない、誰かと手も取り合えない、それで私のライバルを自称するなんて、うぬぼれもいいところね。
はあ。
Also, I love that this is a callback, kind of a good moment if you think back to the first survival test and them, like one of the first like fights like that was like, oh shit, we're getting into actual combat was those two against each other. So I kind of like this this kind of like redemption, partly like just kind of an amazing team up. I love how the story kind of goes back to this and them ending up teaming up. I feel like they're still gonna have a really hard time. But either way, I do like this moment a lot.
そろそろあなたも殻を破る時が来たんじゃないかしら。伊吹美代さん。
何よそれ。
今のまま孤独に突き進めば
She seems so bored.
別にそうなったらなったでいいし。
それは私への完全敗北を意味するけど、いいのね。中途半端なところで退学なんてライバルとも言えないわ。最後の最後まで食らいついて私を脅かすくらいに成長して、そのために今だけはあなたのその強さを私に貸して。
ああ、もう分かった。
Yeah, they kind of need each other. Not just in this case, but as rivals to get each other better. It is a little scary that she gave them all that time too. Meaning she's that confident. Ooh, actually a little surprised. Oh, I will say this. My first thought was like, she would be, now she's obviously gone through some fights already. From what I'm seeing even right there, is that a wound or something on her stomach? What is that on her stomach right there? She's gotten into a lot of fights and stuff, or is that a scar? I can't tell in this, but like, she's got obviously done a lot of fights. This is near the end of the test, so maybe she's a little weakened at this point too, but I would think on a normal full energy 2v1, just her reputation from the White Room and what we saw her do earlier, I would think she would have the advantage and win. That's the only thing I can think of why she would be like even down for the count here. I'm not saying they're not strong, but yeah, I just...
今のは聞いたよ。
ここまでよ。あなた、致命的なまでにスタミナがないのね。
That's the thing right there. She was fighting at a disadvantage.
何その怪我。
先輩たちの前にちょっと一戦やってきたところ。
Okay, so it is the damage from that first fight.
通りたいならご自由に。ま、綾小路先輩を追いかける必要はもうないと思うけど。
どうして？
She thinks
もうすべてが終わったってこと。
he's probably going to be able to do it himself.
自分で確かめれば。
I think she knows that.
後悔するだけかも。
あんたどうするわけ？
綾小路くんを追いかけるわ。
You might regret going.
綾小路がピンチだって言うならそばで見て笑ってやる。
Maybe there's going to be a twist or something here. I mean, there's been so much setup for this that I feel like there has to be. I mean, even this 2v1, I fucking love this. Oh, let's fucking go.
やっぱり油断できない人ですね。月城理事長代理。
人の嫌がる仕事を率先してやるのが私の仕事です。
スタミナを奪われる前に
Garbage man
地に持ち込まなければ形勢が不利か。
理事長代理。
こんな人気のないところで学生を相手に先生方が何をされているのかな。少し
Interesting.
前から見物させていただいていたのだが、2対1の状況が見ていられなかったのでね。
Oh, I like this team up. Let this happen. Gotta say though, there was no way. I feel like I mean, you guys can let me know in the comments, but like being able to guess completely this type of setup and fight, I feel like is impossible. Though I thought maybe they would fight a 1v1 at some point. AYANOKOJI and like the chairman or whatever I thought would eventually, but them 2v1 didn't expect. On top of it, her coming there, the only thing I thought was maybe there would be a team up, or a possible fight between the two. But I thought her helping him at some point was a possibility, but not this late. So I'm actually really excited that she's showing up now. I did have a sliver of a thought that she would help him just because of their interaction way earlier in the season, and I just genuinely like her, so I was kind of hoping for it.
先輩として後輩を守るのは当然だろう。
しかしどうしてここに
She might be one of my favorites introduced this season, if not the favorite.
結果的に随分と興味深い展開に巡り合えた。私がどこまで役に立てるかはわからないが、おそらくそう長くは持たないだろう。
1秒や2秒でも大歓迎ですよ。
言ってくれる。
柴先生、彼女の対処はお任せします。
All right, 2v2 or 2-1v1s.
格好はできないのか？
はあ。
いざという雰囲気で構えてみせろ。
人を殴った経験は？
私は淑女だぞ。あるわけないじゃないか。
マジですか。
心配するな。一度くらい殴ってみたいと思っていたところだ。
では見せてもらいましょうか。君の本当の実力を。
Holy hell. I will say this does feel like, I know it's not part of the test, obviously, but it's a test within the test. And if you can't beat him, like, I would think with AYANOKOJI's thinking and everything, you don't deserve to stay there in the first place. Like, you would think in the sense of, like, if you can't beat the guy that's trying, like, the main guy that's trying to send you, then it's like the ultimate test of, like, you know, I'm gonna stay here, so I'm gonna beat, like, your best person, or him and himself. I just feel like it's somebody you have to beat. Like, if you lost this fight, it's just, like, and I just don't expect him to, honestly. It does feel like a hidden test, though. Like something his dad would do or something. Probably not, but... Holy shit.
いつ以来でしょうかね。楽しくて仕方ありませんね。
One way of saying I'm not going at 100%, and now I will. Oh, you're gonna go cheap. You're gonna go cheap as shit. Taser, stand in the eyes.
違和感を覚えました。
Oh, you bitch.
あえて隙を見せたことに。
Wow.
さて、これからどうし
I guess that he thought that was the only way of winning was doing that. He realized that's its 100%.
残念ですが時間切れですよ。理事長代理。
Is that what they did in the White Room to subdue the students or the people in there?
たんですかね。
2年 A クラスと D
And you would think, like, if that is a tactic that they use, because I would imagine there would be some drastic stuff to subdue maybe some crazy students or people that want to leave, like AYANOKOJI. Like, he would have seen that before and been able to, like, at this point, been able to, like, see it from a mile away, at least the taser and fast action, but...
からこれを狙っていたんですね。
一ノ瀬を中途半端に脅したのは失敗でしたね。やるなら徹底的に処理しないと。
これでも私は聖職
I think if he went another, yeah, if he went another step, I don't think it would have been even worse for him.
最後に一つ聞かせてください。
I was worried about that though, honestly. A little bit.
もっと確実な方法はいくらでもあったはず。
買いかぶりすぎですよ。 私は全力で君の退学を狙い、そして叶いませんでした。一つ天沢さんに伝言をお願いできますか？
聞きましょう。
命令に背き続けたあなたは失格の烙印を押される。この学校にとどまり続けるも去るも好きにするよう
And she's gonna stay 100%.
安心しろ。このことは誰にも話さない。だが、いろいろ話を聞いてみたくはなったぞ。
I wanted to see her fight a bit more though.
家庭事情がありまして。
なるほど。それは安易に踏み込んでいいことではなさそうだ。
I really do like that she ended up helping him at the end. That was, like I said, I had a sliver of a thought that would happen. I just didn't know if it was going to be during this test or a future thing. It felt like it was setting up something, some type of like team up or her helping at some point. It didn't really feel like them fighting to me.
邪魔が入ったが、俺との約束を忘れるんじゃねえぜ。
もちろんです。時が来ればいつでも言ってきてください。
約束？
Can't believe the test is over.
謝礼に龍炎くんの希望を一つ聞いて差し上げるとお答えしたんです。
安易に約束してよかったのか？
ええ、その願いは近い将来彼自身の首を絞めるよう
That
な。
sounds a little scary.
こちらの借りも必ず返させてもらう。
私の希望は一つだけ。
Something that will actually hurt him in the end. Wonder what that would
綾
be.
小路君とすることです。
なかなか難しい提案だな。
So that's an eventual thing that'll happen, I guess, then. We really didn't get to see much of her at this test at all.
どうしたの？なんでもない。
There was actually a lot of people during this test that kind of gotten... I mean, even her, she got like a little bit of screen time, but we really focused on other people, which is not a bad thing.
早速ですが、まずは退学ペナルティを受ける下位5グループの代表者名を
Oh
通達します。
shit.
3年 D クラス武藤、3年 D クラス川上、3年 C クラス勝俣、3年 C クラス東雲、3年 B クラス三木谷。救済措置は行われなかったため、以上15名がそのまま。
Holy hell, that's a lot of expulsions. I like this music choice.
坂柳アリスグループ261点。第2位3年 A クラス南雲みやびグループ
Yeah, we could have seen that.
325点。第1位2年 D クラス高円寺六助
And he got the win.
327点。
I mean, he had a reason to.
やってくれたな、高円寺のや。
今は喜んでいいんじゃないか。これで俺たちは2度目の D クラス脱出だ。
そうね。これで私
I
たちは
wonder if
一気に
they're...
読み詰めよう。
How many times are they going to go back to Class D?
プライベー
Is that the
ト
last
ポイント
time?
も大幅に増額だ。クラスの士気も上がるだろうな。
あなたの言う通りかもしれないわね。あなたも何事もなかったようだし。そうね。素直に喜んでいいのかも。
それがいい。俺もいつも通り何も変わらない。何もな。
Uh-huh. What were you thinking, though? Come on, it's the end of the season. Give us some inner thoughts. Is this the season 5 announcement? Okay. Now, how long are... Okay, it's confirmed. But is this going to be a 2 years out type thing? Or is this going to be... I think best case scenario, we get 1 year, right? That's best case scenario. We get a 1 year out. I don't know. You guys will have to let me know what the regular thing is, but I'm imagining it was more than 1 year. I felt like you guys that were saying that had been a while, so we'll have to kind of see there. But I love that there's at least an announcement. And if we could get another season in the year, that'd be amazing, because honestly, you know, like I said at the beginning, I watched this show from the beginning for the first time all the way up to where we're at now with no stopping for the last almost 5-6 months now. And it's been a ride, and it's really quickly rose up my favorite animes. I've said this before. I love shows that make me think, that make me question things. And this one has the unique thing of it being a school anime. Let's go school anime, but not really. Like it gives you that thought for about half a second, and then I don't know. There's not a lot of typical type school animes that would put me to this level where I'm overthinking every decision. I love it. I love the concept of this show because it's in a school setting, but is nothing. It is not a slice of life. It's not fun. Let's have fun on vacation. Everything's a test. Everything is people trying to play mind games. You got a protagonist that's just, it's in his own category. I mean, we've had AYANOKOJI types, I feel, in the sense of main characters. I could think of at least one, but nothing to the extreme. I think AYANOKOJI is really in his own class, at least from what I mean, I have a lot of animes I haven't seen. And definitely subscribe because we're going to be getting to a lot that have been requested for the longest time. And if you guys have any recommendations, let me know in the comments because I'm going to be going through a lot of series that I've been needing to react to. As long as you guys watch it and you guys want it, we will. There's a bunch I've been wanting to do, but this one gave me hope because I know this is an older series, and even though we were getting a new season, we've had a few in this last year that I've done that I wasn't sure was going to get watched, and you guys were really, it surprised me. So it's gonna let me take a chance on some older series because there's so many I haven't seen, like a shit ton. Then I can kind of mix them in with the seasonals as well, and we can have a nice balance. And I think I'm gonna do that going forward instead of this last year. You know, I came back from quite a few year hiatus, and I started with just mostly seasonals to kind of just start up and get myself going. And now I feel like a good balance is where I want to be. So I appreciate you watching this. Subscribe, check out the Patreon for the full reactions and exclusive shows, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.